The rift between Karlissa Saffold and Chrisean Rock has finally erupted, and this time, it's no longer just messy family tension. After Chrisean's tearful livestream, where she claimed Blueface's arrest was retaliation for speaking on their child, Karlissa came back swinging. In a fiery response that spread like wildfire across social media, she stormed onto her own live, clapping, pacing, and clearly fed up. "Girl, quit playing the victim," she shouted. "He ain't locked up over no baby drama. He's in there because of the life he chose." But it wasn't her words alone that sent shockwaves. It was the way she said them. Raw, unfiltered, and unapologetically ready to air out everything the internet thought it already knew. What truly sent shockwaves across social media wasn't just Karlissa Saffold's fury. It was her accusation that Chrisean was using her baby as a sympathy prop. In that same breath, Karlissa hinted she knew exactly what happened the night before Blueface's arrest. Within minutes, the internet lit up with screenshots, supposed text threads, and leaked voice notes claiming to back up her story. Fans dissected every syllable, convinced Karlissa was exposing secrets even her own son wanted buried. Others blasted her for being messy, accusing her of betraying Blueface just to stay in the spotlight. But Karlissa didn't flinch. Doubling down on her Instagram story, she wrote, "He ain't in jail for what he said. He's in there for what he did. Don't blame the baby. Blame yourself." That single post set off a digital firestorm. Chrisean tearfully fired back. Blueface's name trended worldwide, and suddenly, whispers began circulating that Karlissa's rant had unintentionally revealed something far bigger. To understand how things got this toxic, you have to rewind through years of chaos, a tangled web of loyalty, resentment, and betrayal between Karlissa, her son Blueface, and his on-again, off-again partner Chrisean Rock. Karissa's relationship with her son has always been volatile. She's defended him one minute and dragged him the next, famously saying, "I gave birth to a celebrity, not a saint." Her disapproval of Chrisean was no secret. She called her reckless, manipulative, and claimed she used motherhood to gain sympathy. Chrisean, in turn, refused to back down, meeting Karissa's public jabs with fiery live streams and unapologetic clapbacks. What started as family drama turned into viral entertainment, each feud more explosive than the last. So when Blueface was arrested again under murky circumstances, Chrisean went live in tears, claiming it was divine punishment for speaking bad about their child. "God don't play about his angels," she said, shaking. To her fans, it was poetic justice. To critics, just another performance. But Karissa's patience had run out. Within half an hour, she launched her own live, pacing her living room, clapping between words. "You think you some kind of prophet? That boy ain't in jail because of your mouth or that baby. He's there because of the life he chose. Stop using that child to clean up your mess." The internet erupted again. Comment sections split in two, hashtags trended, and what began as a family argument had now exploded into a full-blown cultural spectacle. The internet went into overdrive as reactions split right down the middle. Some hailed Karlissa for finally standing up to Chrisean, while others slammed her for being envious of her own grandchild. Observant fans noticed a quick twitch in Karissa's expression when she mentioned the baby, igniting speculation that she was hiding more than she let on. Their suspicions only deepened when, just an hour later, Karlissa dropped an Instagram story that threw gasoline on the fire. "He ain't locked up for talking. He's locked up for the company he keeps. Y'all think this about family? It's about business." That single post sent social media into a frenzy. What business was she hinting at, and why did it sound like Chrisean was out of the loop? Within hours, rumor accounts began posting supposed insider leaks, claims of old debts, unfinished disputes, and a confrontation that had nothing to do with Chrisean or their child. Then came the alleged screenshots. Messages said to be from Karlissa herself, writing, "He's paying for other people's dirt, not his own." When confronted, she fired back unapologetically. "I ain't leaking nothing. I'm clarifying. Y'all so busy worshipping chaos, you can't see when a mother's telling the truth." But Chrisean wasn't backing down. She went live again, tearful and furious, accusing Blueface of neglecting his family and dismissing Karlissa as a bitter outsider. You think because you birthed him, you know him?
You don't, she cried.
He disrespected me, our child, and God handled it. Within minutes, her clip was everywhere. The Shade Room, Hollywood Unlocked, No Jumper, Zeus, all amplifying the feud. Hashtags like #GodHumbleBlueface and #CarissaNeedsTherapy took over timelines. But the real shock came when Karlissa resurfaced with a quieter, more measured tone and a message that hit harder than any rant before. You want to play holy? Then tell the truth, she said. Tell them what you did before he went in. Tell them who called those people. When Karlissa declared, it wasn't me, it wasn't his manager, it was somebody making sure he couldn't come home, the entire narrative flipped overnight. Instantly, viewers began connecting dots, convinced she was hinting that Chrisean herself had played a role in Blueface's arrest, that her online breakdowns might have been less about heartbreak and more about hiding something. Within minutes, hashtags like #DidChrisean and #FreeBluefaceAgain were trending across platforms. Fans demanded receipts. Commentators pleaded for proof. But instead of explaining, Karlissa fanned the flames with another cryptic warning. You think I talk too much? You better pray I don't start showing screenshots. From there, chaos erupted. Chrisean's supporters accused Karlissa of spreading lies and manipulating the situation, threatening to mass report her page. Unbothered, Karlissa clapped back, writing, "Cancel me if you want. Truth don't need followers." Then came the twist that sent the internet into detective mode. Blueface, silent for days, reportedly shared a post that read simply, "Follow the money." That one phrase ignited a firestorm of speculation. What money? Whose hands were in it? And how did this tie back to Chrisean and the baby? Within hours, online receipts, accounts began posting alleged financial documents showing suspicious transfers between one of Blueface's small business accounts and a management firm tied to Chrisean. The dates matched perfectly with the days leading up to his arrest. Suddenly, social media was buzzing with wild theories, some claiming Chrisean had been siphoning funds, others insisting she had set him up entirely. Then a YouTuber took things further, claiming an ex-accountant of Blueface had spilled details about flagged entertainment expenses that didn't align with any shows or studio bookings. Those discrepancies, they said, triggered a deeper IRS investigation. And just when it all seemed like rumor, Karlissa jumped online again, this time shouting into the camera with fiery conviction, "Y'all called me crazy, but I've been new. He ain't locked up over no baby drama. Somebody's been robbing my son blind while acting like they love him. I don't need to say names. Y'all can do the math." That was all it took. Within minutes, Chrisean's socials were flooded with snake emojis and #LockHerUp comments. Overwhelmed and tearful, Chrisean went live once more, pacing barefoot with her baby in her arms. "I didn't touch that man's money," she cried. "That's his karma, not mine. His mama too old to be this messy." But by then, the damage was done. The internet had already chosen sides. Chrisean's breaking point came fast. "Every time I try to grow, she drags me back down," she vented online. "Blue not even mad at me. He mad at her. He told me he's done letting her control his life." But just as the dust began to settle, a bombshell dropped. An audio clip, allegedly a recorded jail call between Blueface and his mother, Karlissa, leaked online and sent social media spiraling. The 1-minute clip, posted anonymously on X, opened with Karissa's steady, commanding voice. "You need to tell the truth about what's really going on." Blueface, sounding exhausted but unmistakable, shot back, "Ma, stop talking to blogs. You making it worse. I got it handled." Then came the line that shook the internet. Karlissa replied, "You got it handled? You didn't even know which account they used until I told you." That sentence alone was enough to ignite a firestorm. If the recording was authentic, it suggested Karlissa had direct access to, and possible influence over, the financial details tied to her son's case. Fans immediately speculated that she might have interfered with the investigation itself. The call ended with Blueface muttering, "Stop trying to be my manager, Ma," a phrase that instantly went viral, turning into memes, hashtags, and think pieces overnight. But while the internet laughed, Chrisean wasn't amused. She jumped onto Twitter, venting her frustration. This lady wanna act like she in charge of everything. She don't even talk to him for real. All this fake love for attention. I'm sick of it. Then came a tweet that detonated the timeline. Blue told me she was the reason he couldn't bail out the first time. Go look that up. Fans did, and what they uncovered was staggering. Court records showed that Blueface's initial bail process had been delayed because of conflicting financial documentation submitted by a family representative. Though no names were listed, everyone had the same suspicion: Karlissa. The discovery reignited the already fierce fan war. Two hashtags, hashtag Karlissa ruined her son's freedom and hashtag Chrisean set him up, climbed the chart side by side. Then, as if the saga couldn't spiral further, a new audio message surfaced. This one allegedly came from an insider at the LA County holding facility where Blueface was being held. The muffled voice claimed he'd been telling people he in here because of two women, one who raised him wrong and one who never grew up. That single quote went viral within hours, reposted across every major gossip page, dissected line by line. And as usual, Karlissa refused to stay quiet. Furious and defiant, she went live yet again, ready to reclaim the narrative, no matter who got burned in the process. This time, Karlissa's tone shifted completely. Gone was the fiery energy. What replaced it was a chilling calm. Sitting at a kitchen table with her hands folded and eyes locked on the camera, she spoke with surgical precision. "He's my son," she began, "but I can't protect him from his own choices. You can't live like a gangster and cry Christian at the same time. You reap what you sow." Viewers were stunned. For the first time, it sounded like Karlissa was done defending Blueface, almost as if she was cutting emotional ties altogether. Chrisean didn't take it quietly. She fired back in a tearful, furious outburst. "You jealous, 'cause he loved me more than he ever loved you. You want to act like you care, but you're the first one who sold him out." Instantly, social media split down the middle. Some praised Karlissa for finally speaking truth, while others accused her of envy, claiming she couldn't stand her son's loyalty to Chrisean. Then, TMZ dropped a bombshell. An anonymous insider from the family allegedly leaked that there was a secret phone recording between Karlissa and one of Blueface's former managers. In it, she supposedly admitted to flagging one of his financial transfers to teach him a lesson. That single revelation sent shockwaves through the internet. If true, it meant Karlissa's actions could have been what triggered the account freeze, directly tying her to the legal mess that landed Blueface behind bars. The backlash was instant and ferocious. The hashtag Free Blueface from his family began trending worldwide. But just as the outrage peaked, a shocking twist flipped the narrative yet again. An anonymous account released alleged screenshots of DMs between Chrisean and a former member of Blueface's security team, messages implying she knew about his impending arrest before it happened. One read, "When they finally come get him, don't say nothing. He gotta learn somehow." If those messages were real, it meant Chrisean had been aware of the situation and chose silence. Now, the internet was in total chaos. Both women were under fire, accused of betrayal and manipulation. And through it all, Blueface stayed silent, until one cryptic post appeared on his official account late that night. "Y'all gon' see who really love me when I get out." Fans dissected every word. Was it a warning? A promise? A setup for something bigger? The answer came the next morning with yet another twist that no one saw coming. A verified source from the Los Angeles County Clerk's office revealed that for the past 3 days, someone had been visiting Blueface in jail daily, and it wasn't Chrisean. It was Karlissa Saffold. The revelation hit social media like an explosion, reigniting every rumor, every theory, and every question about what was really happening behind those walls. After weeks of public feuding, cryptic jabs, and emotional meltdowns, fans were stunned to see Karlissa suddenly standing by her son's side again. Why now? Was she genuinely trying to mend their fractured bond? Or was she working the angles, steering the story from the inside? For once, Karlissa didn't rush to Instagram with explanations. No fiery live streams. No shade-filled subtweets. Just silence. And coming from her, That silence spoke louder than any rant ever could. The internet immediately went into detective mode. When Karlissa goes quiet, it usually means a storm is brewing. Gossip sites lit up overnight. One outlet claimed they had inside intel suggesting Karlissa wasn't just visiting Blueface as his mother, she was there under subpoena. According to the report, investigators had called her in to give a sworn statement about her son's finances and who actually had access to his accounts. If that was true, her ominous "follow the money" warning suddenly looked less like drama and more like a breadcrumb trail of evidence. But before anyone could make sense of it, Chrisean Rock detonated the timeline at 3:17 a.m. in a tearful, raw live stream. Mascara streaked down her face as she whispered furiously, her baby sleeping in the background. "That lady is obsessed with me," she cried. She not visiting him to help, she visiting to manipulate. She wants sympathy now, cause people dragging her. But she the one who called the police in the first place. The accusation hit social media like lightning. Did Karlissa actually call the cops on her own son? Comment sections exploded. Half the internet called Rock delusional, the other half demanded proof. And then, she produced what she claimed was exactly that. A blurry screenshot of her phone screen. On it, a contact labeled Detective H. Lopez appeared beside a call timestamp that allegedly matched the night Blueface was taken into custody. Below it, a text read, "Thank you for your cooperation, M. Saffold. We'll handle the rest from here." Within minutes, every gossip outlet had reposted the image. Theories multiplied by the hour. What was Karlissa being thanked for? Cooperation in what? Some whispered that Blueface had been in real danger before his arrest, that someone close to him had orchestrated the entire thing under the guise of protection. And soon, all eyes and all accusations landed squarely on one name, Chrisean Rock. Her comment sections turned savage, flooded with snake emojis and questions she couldn't seem to answer. Social media went into meltdown. "She's toxic. He needs a restraining order." Karlissa knew all along. Those were the top comments flooding every platform until the jail calls leaked and everything people thought they knew flipped upside down. In the recording, Blueface's voice came through first, steady, but laced with frustration. "Ma, you always think you helping. You called them people, didn't you?" There was a pause, then Karissa's trembling reply. "You were spiraling, baby.
You were surrounded by snakes.
I wasn't gonna lose you to the streets or to her." Blueface exhaled sharply. "You ain't saved me. You trapped me again." That single line detonated the internet. Within minutes, hashtag "You trapped me again" became the top trend worldwide. TikToks reenacted the moment, podcasts dissected tone and intent, and YouTubers argued over who was manipulating whom. Chrisean quickly jumped into the chaos, reposting the clip on her Instagram story with the caption, "Exactly what I've been saying. She wants control over everything, even his downfall." Karlissa didn't flinch. Instead, she fired back with a cryptic post that read, "That's my son. I can't trap what came from me. He'll understand one day." But just as the dust began to settle, another bombshell dropped, a leaked email allegedly sent from Karlissa to Blueface's legal team. In it, she wrote, "I can testify about where some of that money went, but you'll need to keep my name out of it." Attached were screenshots of transactions linking one of Blueface's old accounts to a company reportedly tied to Chrisean's name. If those emails were real, they changed everything. It meant Karlissa hadn't been lying about the money. It was never just family drama. But it also revealed something far darker. She had officially stepped into the case as a cooperating witness, and her testimony could put the mother of her grandchild directly in the line of fire. Then came the fallout, swift, brutal, and aimed at everyone. Karissa's once loyal followers began vanishing by the tens of thousands, accusing her of manipulation, toxicity, and addiction. But Chrisean's side wasn't spared either. Critics called her out for playing the victim, claiming she cried online while avoiding the truth. Just when it seemed the situation couldn't spiral any further, a new audio leak sent the internet into chaos once again. It was a voicemail left on Blueface manager's phone, allegedly from Karlissa herself. Her voice was sharp and threatening. "If she keeps coming for me online, I'm dropping everything, every receipt, every bank statement, every text. I'm done protecting her. Most assumed her meant Chrisean, until someone enhanced the audio and caught a quiet, haunting whisper at the end. And him, too. That single phrase flipped the narrative. Suddenly, people wondered, was Karlissa threatening her own son? Blogs exploded with speculation. Rumors swirled that Karlissa had been secretly saving evidence against Blueface for years, recordings, financial records, messages, and was holding it all as leverage. One outlet even claimed she'd once told a friend, "If he ever disrespects me again, I'll show the world who he really is." Whatever this was, it wasn't about love or loyalty anymore. It was survival. Sensing an opportunity, Chrisean tried to reclaim the narrative, posting a picture of her baby with a caption, "The only innocent one in this mess." For a moment, the internet softened, until Karlissa fired back with a line that froze everyone. "The only innocent one? Then why you crying every night, baby girl?" Truth don't make you cry unless it's real. The post exploded, hitting nearly 10 million views in a day. From there, everything unraveled. Major outlets reported that Blueface's family drama had crossed into criminal territory. TMZ revealed investigators were reviewing new evidence, while the Shade Room hinted that a confidential witness had joined Blueface's ongoing case. Many believed that witness was Karlissa herself. Blueface's lawyer issued a cautious statement, urging the public not to speculate. But by then, speculation had become the main event. And then, just when the noise reached its peak, Karlissa posted one last message. A black background, white text, no caption. "I warned him. I warned her. Now I'll let God and the feds finish the job." It wasn't just an ending. It was a declaration, and the internet knew this saga was far from over. The post hit like a thunderclap. Karlissa's caption read, "No more mother. No more mercy." Within minutes, the internet was in shock. Comment sections overflowed with disbelief, heartbreak, and fear. But the chaos was only beginning. Later that night, someone allegedly hacked into Karlissa's old Twitter account and dropped a single, chilling tweet before it vanished. "He called me today. He said I was right." The internet went feral. Was it a hoax? A setup? Or had Blueface actually called his mother from behind bars? No one could confirm it, but the timing felt too perfect to ignore. By morning, screenshots of the tweet were everywhere, trending across platforms, plastered on gossip pages, dissected by every major entertainment outlet. Reporters tried to reach Karlissa for comment while fans swarmed Chrisean's page, demanding answers. The question echoing through every comment section was simple but explosive. Did Blueface really call her? Then, a strange calm fell. For nearly 12 hours, both women went completely silent. No posts, no stories, nothing. For a feud that had played out entirely online, the quiet felt deafening. But the internet refused to move on. Podcasts like No Jumper, Hollywood Unlocked, and The Jason Lee Show dropped emergency episodes analyzing the mysterious tweet. Was it edited? Could it be traced? Nobody had proof, yet the theories wouldn't stop. And just when people thought the dust might finally settle, Karlissa's account came alive again, with another cryptic message. "I'll always watch over mine, even when y'all can't see me." Fans lost it. Some said it sounded protective. Others swore it was a veiled threat. One viral post summed it up perfectly. Karlissa acting like the final boss in a soap opera. "Someone take her phone." In a shocking revelation, law enforcement sources disclosed that the person who handed over Blueface's financial records to authorities wasn't Karlissa or Chrisean, but an unnamed figure linked to his record label, flipping the entire story upside down. Overnight, Karlissa transformed from villain to victim as #KarissaWasFramed trended worldwide, with even her former critics, including Tamar Braxton and Michelle, expressing sympathy and calling the situation a manipulation-fueled tragedy. But just as public opinion began to soften, Karlissa unraveled it all in a late-night Instagram live, emotional, wine glass in hand, declaring, "I don't care who leaked what. I told the truth. That boy gone learned to respect his mama, even if it takes losing everything." Then, In a moment that reignited every ounce of outrage, she muttered, "Maybe jail's the only place he listens." Within minutes, Chrisean fired back with a chilling tweet. "You don't want war with me. Not spiritual, not physical. Watch." And just like that, the feud reignited, bigger, darker, and more volatile than ever. Within half an hour, Karissa's post vanished, but not before millions had screenshotted it and fueled a wildfire of speculation. Fans began whispering that something far darker was unfolding between her and Chrisean, and conspiracy channels quickly jumped in, claiming both women were being probed for tampering with a federal case. Then came the photo that stopped the internet cold: Karlissa Saffold, leaving Los Angeles County Jail in dark shades, clutching a sealed manila envelope labeled evidence submission. The photographer's caption read simply, "She smiled when the cameras flashed." That single image spread across every platform like gasoline meeting fire. Suddenly, the question wasn't if she betrayed her son, it was what's inside that envelope. Rumors exploded that the contents could shake the entire West Coast music industry. A supposed studio insider claimed it wasn't just documents, it was video footage, the kind that could reveal who truly orchestrated Blueface's downfall. By dawn, the photo of Karlissa holding that envelope had the industry in a full-blown panic. Whispers turned into theories. Was it money trails? Security tapes? Or, as one verified gossip account ominously posted, that footage shows 3 people. One is Chrisean and one isn't supposed to be alive. The internet went into meltdown. Emergency podcasts launched, TMZ teased an exclusive, and social feeds turned into digital crime scenes. Yet through all the chaos, Karissa stayed silent. No posts, no denials, no explanations. Her stillness, once seen as weakness, now felt like power. And just when the noise reached its peak, Chrisean shattered it with a single Instagram story. A black screen and one line: "If she drops that video, I'm dropping mine." The world stopped. The feud had officially crossed into something much bigger than family drama. It was now a war of evidence, secrets, and survival. What video? What was in her hands? That was the question echoing across every corner of the internet. Panic spread as fans became convinced both women were sitting on evidence powerful enough to destroy each other's lives, and whichever one spoke first would end the other. Then, a shocking new leak surfaced: an email allegedly exchanged between Karissa's attorney and the district attorney's office. The message read, "The video submission has been verified. Additional parties are being reviewed for obstruction." That single word, obstruction, sent shockwaves through social media. If the email was real, it suggested someone, possibly Chrisean, had tampered with the investigation, and that the mysterious video could spark a full-blown legal domino effect. Fans quickly dubbed it the envelope of doom. But just when people thought things couldn't get any darker, a Radar Online reporter dropped another bombshell. They'd spoken to someone who claimed to have seen a still frame from the footage, allegedly pulled straight from the flash drive. The image reportedly showed Blueface inside a studio with a woman in a gray hoodie, her face hidden, but her shoes unmistakable. They were the exact same pair Chrisean had flaunted on Instagram just hours before Blueface's arrest. Within minutes, online detectives dug up the post and matched the timestamp. Coincidence? Maybe. But then, Karissa broke her silence with a post that froze everyone in their tracks. Karissa's next move hit the internet like a lightning strike. Against a stark black background, white letters appeared on her feed. "Nothing is coincidence when you raise the truth." In under 2 hours, the post exploded past 1 million shares. Comment sections turned into war zones, some begging her to release the footage, others branding her manipulative or unhinged. But everyone agreed. Something huge was about to break. Later that day, reporters spotted Karissa arriving at the courthouse dressed head to toe in white, the same color Chrisean often wore during her live streams. When paparazzi shouted questions about the mysterious envelope, Karissa smirked and replied coldly, "You'll find out when she does." That single sentence detonated across every platform. Moments later, a brand new anonymous account appeared on Instagram under the name @ChriseanTruthDoesn't Stay Sealed Forever, racking up hundreds of thousands of followers within hours. Its bio read like a warning. If you think this was about a baby, you weren't paying attention. The internet froze. Somewhere out there sat one flash drive, one unreleased video, capable of burning down everything from family ties to entire careers. Because when that footage drops, it won't just close a chapter, it'll bury a dynasty. And now the world waits on a knife's edge. Karlissa, silent but smirking, Chrisean, defiant and unpredictable, and Blueface, watching his empire unravel in real time. So what happens next? Does Karlissa finally unleash the footage she's been teasing for weeks? Does Chrisean strike first with her own video? Or does Blueface walk free and flip the entire narrative, pitting mother against mother of his child in one final twist? Hollywood is circling like sharks, TMZ outside Karissa's home, Zeus Network reportedly fighting for the rights to a truth-telling special, and fans refreshing their feeds like it's Judgment Day. But while the world argues over villains and victims, one truth remains. In this saga, the truth isn't confessed, it's leaked.